If you're here, it's likely because you've been through something incredibly difficult. The tech world, with all its promises of discovery and adventure, has let you down. You've put in the work, you've built your skills, you've played your part in driving the world forward, and yet, despite all of that, you find yourself laid off, uncertain of what comes next. You might be feeling lost, angry, or even betrayed. And I want to start by telling you something that you absolutely need to hear right now. It's not your fault, not even a little bit. So stick around, and I'll share some words with you that you really need to hear. Hello, I'm Perrin of the Space Guild, and today we'll be talking about the recent round of tech layoffs. I know that a lot of people are hurting because of how terrible the job market is, and I also know of new opportunities that others cannot see. So I believe it is moral and convenient to offer some rare words of encouragement to the disaffected, to share what I know about the economy, and invite viewers to join the vision of the Space Guild. Now, let's take a moment to unpack what's really happening within the tech industry. It has always been a place of tremendous opportunity, but it is also a place where things can change in the blink of an eye. Companies love to showcase their latest breakthroughs, their futuristic campuses, and their lofty goals. They talk about changing the world, about pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and about being at the forefront of discovery. But when the numbers don't add up the way that they want them to, all that talk quickly evaporates, and these same companies that were once singing your praises suddenly see you as expendable. But here's the thing, your skills are still incredibly valuable. In fact, they're more valuable now than they ever were before. We live in a world that runs on technology, from the software that powers businesses to the algorithms that shape our online experiences. Tech is everywhere. It's not just a part of our lives, it's the very fabric of modern society. And the people who understand how to create, manage, and improve that technology are essential. That's you. Just because one company decided to downsize doesn't mean your talents have lost their relevance. Far from it. The world still needs what you have to offer, and there are other countless opportunities out there waiting for someone with your expertise. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Why do these layoffs happen? Why do companies that seem to be doing so well suddenly decide to let go of so many talented people? The answer, sadly, is often rooted in avarice and myopia. In the tech world, there is a constant pressure to grow, to show investors that the company is expanding, and to inflate stock prices. It is not uncommon for companies to go on massive hiring sprees, bringing in hundreds or even thousands of new employees in a bid to look like they're on the cutting edge of something big. Investors see this rapid growth and think, this company is going places, and the stock price goes up. But here's the catch. Once the stock price has been pumped up, the company often realizes that it doesn't actually need all those new hires. They weren't brought on because the company genuinely needed their skills. They were brought on because they were useful for defrauding investors. And when the excitement dies down and reality sets in, the layoffs begin. It is not about you or your performance. It is about a flawed system that prioritizes short-term gains over long-term success and rewards the sociopaths who are able to game it. These companies treat people like numbers on a balance sheet, and when the numbers don't add up the way they want them to, it is the employees who pay the price. But it should be noted that companies that operate this way are setting themselves up for failure. You can't build something great by treating your people as disposable. You can't create a lasting legacy by sacrificing the very talent that drives your success. The companies that are laying off workers right now might see a temporary boost in their stock prices, but they're also sowing the seeds of their own downfall. And when the next big challenge comes, and it will come, they won't have the people they need to meet it. They'll find themselves scrambling, trying to fill the gaps they created, and by then, it might be too late. in which case they'll shore up their inadequacies with lies and hope that their major investors are gullible enough to fall for them. But enough about them. I dislike talking about CEOs for the same reason I don't like staring into the toilet. Let's focus on you. The fact that one company didn't see your value doesn't mean you're stuck. Far from it. There is a whole new world of opportunity opening up, and it's one that is tailor made for people with your skills. I'm talking about the new space economy. Yes, space, the final frontier, is becoming more accessible for mankind and for you. And this isn't some far off dream or a sci fi fantasy. The space economy is real and it's happening right now. And guess what? Your skills are going to be in high demand. Think about it. For decades, space was the domain of governments and a few big contractors. But that's changing. Private companies are making huge strides in space exploration, from launching satellites to building habitats on other planets. And these companies are going to need engineers, programmers, data scientists, and visionaries to make it all happen. The same skills that powered your career in the tech industry are exactly what the space economy needs. You have the opportunity to be part of something truly awe-inspiring, something that could redefine humanity's place in the universe. Imagine being part of a project that doesn't just change the world, but changes worlds. The companies that are venturing into space are doing more than just pushing boundaries, they're redefining them. And they're going to need people like you to make it happen. The skills you've honed, the knowledge you've gained, they're not just valuable, they're essential. You're not just another tech worker. You are a potential pioneer in one of the most exciting developments in human history. And let us not forget about the financial opportunities. The space economy isn't just a playground for billionaires. There's real money to be made, and those who get in on the ground floor are going to see some serious returns. And you could be part of that. You could help build something that not only advances human knowledge, but also sets you up for life. And the companies that let you go, they're going to wish they hadn't when they see what you're doing next. But let's get back to you for a moment. It is only natural to feel a sense of failure when you're laid off. It is easy to start questioning yourself, to wonder if maybe you weren't good enough, if maybe you did something wrong. But let me be clear. The fact that you were laid off doesn't mean you're unskilled, undesirable, or worthless. It means you were caught in the gears of a flawed machine. It means you were working for people who couldn't see the greatness in front of them. But that's their loss and not yours. The world needs your talent, your creativity, and your ability to bring ideas to life. And don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. The economic system we live in isn't magnanimous, competent, principled, efficient, or aspirational. It rewards the wrong things and punishes those who do not deserve it. But that doesn't mean you have to play by its rules. You can carve out your own path, one that values your skills and recognizes your worth. There's a whole world of opportunity out there, beyond the narrow confines of the companies that let you down, and you are more than capable of seizing it. So, how do you do that? First, take a breath. Give yourself the time you need to process what's happened. It's okay to feel hurt, angry, or even lost, but don't let those feelings define you. Use them as fuel. Let them drive you to something greater. The companies that laid you off are betting on the idea that you'll just fade away, that you'll disappear into the background. Prove them wrong. Show them that their short-sightedness is going to cost them dearly. And while they are scrambling to stay afloat, you can be building something new, something amazing. The tech world is full of potential, and just because one opportunity has ended doesn't mean Others aren't waiting. These skills you've developed, the knowledge you've gained, they're not going to waste. They're going to be the foundation of your next great adventure. And don't be afraid to throw a few stones at the companies that let you go. They're playing a dangerous game, and it's going to catch up with them sooner or later. They're betting on the idea that they can just hire and fire people at will without any consequences. But that's not how the world works. They're going to find themselves in a very precarious position soon. They're cutting off their own lifeblood, and when the next big challenge comes, they won't have the people they need to meet it. Thank you for sticking with me through this. I know it's been tough, but I hope you're feeling a little more hopeful and a little more inspired. The world needs people like you, people who can see the wonder in technology, who can turn ideas into reality, and who can shape the future. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You've got this. Now that you've gone this far, go a little farther. Subscribe to this channel. I've created a new way to organize communities and form networks of trustworthy people. I'm implementing it in Elenarda, the Space Guild, and I'm gathering members to build it. Help me build the guild, and you will not be left behind when the space economy takes off.